Greetings and welcome to another video. It's Monday, 2nd of December 2024 and it's officially Christmas season. Merry Christmas to everyone equally, and I hope the next month is a happy time for everyone. In the meantime, yesterday I was having a bit of a look at some of the books I own. Thinking about what books I've got, which book or books I'd like to start reading in the next few days or weeks, and I came across a book that I forgot I had, and I feel bad that I forgot I had this book because it's a really interesting subject. When I was at school, this was one of my favourite subjects, to be honest, and it kind of still is. But I need to get back into this subject. It would be good to start learning more about it, to be honest. And the book in question is Shropshire Geology. It's only a little book, and when this book was first published, it was £4.95. I don't know how much the book is now, if you're able to find it. According to the notes in the front of the book, this particular edition was published in 1999. Well, hopefully you're still able to find copies of this book in various bookshops or second-hand bookshops, or on the internet, if you find the right kind of website. I will be putting information about this book in the description box below this video, so if you want to check out that information and try and follow it up, then by all means do so. As you can see on the front of the book, we've got here information about where to go, what to see, and a visitor's guide. And as I just said, second revised edition going on. I'm just going to read to you what it says on the back. Shropshire is world famous for its geology. Its rocks, minerals and fossils, plentiful and varied, are of international importance. This guide selects a wide range of sites, explains how to get there and what to look for in non-technical English. This book is designed to be easy to use for beginners and enthusiasts alike. It's fully illustrated, easy to follow directions, grid references for precise locations, numerous maps and diagrams, colour plates, helpful glossary, recommended refreshment stops, and all locations vetted and personally checked by the authors. Whether you are a casual visitor, beginner, or already an enthusiast, this guide cannot fail to interest you. And yeah, as I was going through this book, I was absolutely fascinated with stuff. It says maps of locations, for example, like here, this is Wenlock Edge localities. You've also there got a photograph of the Iron Bridge in Iron Bridge Gorge. What else was I looking at a minute ago? There was something here I was literally looking back at a couple of minutes ago, which was really interesting. Oh yeah, we've got something here. We've got the Old Lead mining area. Hang on, I'm looking at something here. Here is a couple of diagrams and everything. And according to the notes, this particular pair of illustrations and maps begins at the village of Snail Beach, 10 miles southwest of Shrewsbury, take the A488 through Ponsbury and Minsterley, and about 1.2 miles past Minsterley, turn left to Snail Beach. So yeah, you've got directions. Oh, that looks interesting. What have we got here? Bredon. Got here a photograph of Bredon Hill. I think that's how you say it. That's how you pronounce it. It's spelt Bredden Hill. Then you've got locations around Ellesmere. So yeah, no, it's hard to describe how interesting I actually found this book, and I just loved going through it all. And then you've got another location like called the Bog Mine. So yeah, it's just even that. I know I'm not explaining things as well as I perhaps could do, but I really like this book, and I'm really glad I've got it. There's all kinds of stuff here, like illustrations of South Shropshire, places to look at, places to explore. And I'm just going to read you something from the front of the book as well. Where are we at? Oh yeah. So, how to use this guide. Shropshire is a wonderful county for geology. It is one of the most important areas for early students. For visitors interested in fossils, minerals and rocks, it offers some fascinating sights. Plus, of course, the lovely scenery of the southern and western hills. This guide describes some of the more accessible and interesting areas for the visitor. It is intended primarily for those of you who have little knowledge of geology, and to this end we have included a glossary explaining some of the more technical terms used in the text and describing some of the fossils, minerals and rocks you may find and wish to collect. Localities which may be visited have been grouped together into itineraries, each covering a small area and providing a convenient half or full day's excursion. However, details are such that any locality can be visited separately. Alternatively, you can select from the glossary. Alternatively, you can select from the glossary a particular fossil, mineral or rock in which you are interested. Suitable localities for finding the specimen are given. Fossil finds may be identified by referencing to the British Paleozoic Fossils, one of 3 volumes published by the Natural History Museum and a classic work of reference. And then it goes on about the authors of this book recommend checking with the Ordnance Survey maps and how to use those. And yeah, it just goes on with more helpful tips on how to best use this book. And it goes on to talk about some of the do apologise, having trouble saying a couple of words properly. But it goes on to give some good explanations about time periods and references as well. And yeah, like I said, I'm going to be putting information about this book in the description box below this video, such as the ISBN number and a couple of other details. I'd suggest, if you're able to, and if you want to, you check out the information, see if it's possible to get your own copy of this book. Like I said, for me personally, geology, especially connected with fossils and minerals, is an interesting subject to me, and I would like to get back into learning more about the subject, to be honest with you. It would be good. And I'm sure this book, in conjunction with various other YouTube videos by other channels who know more about the subject than me, putting it all together would be a nice use of time, basically. Now, the thought has occurred to me of planning trips to some of the locations talked about in this book. You'll have to wait to when the weather's nice, to be honest, when there's a bit of basically when the weather's nice. And it'll all depend on being able to get to some of these locations. But yeah, if I can plan things properly, and if I can get to some of the locations talked about in this book, I'm thinking it would be a good idea to make videos out and about talking about this book. And yeah, that'd be good. But that's entirely on me to plan it. Basically, I've got to think about when I want to do that, how I want to do that. But we'll see how things go, basically. In the meantime, I'm just going to be going through this book, learning what I can from it, and going from there, basically. So yeah. On that note, I'm going to finish this video here. Thank you everyone for watching this video, I do appreciate it. And anyone who's interested in Shropshire Geology, fossils and everything connected to that, I hope that you're able to get your own copy of this book, and that you also find it as interesting as I'm going to find this book. So yeah. On that note, take care, be safe, have a good evening, and I'll see you all soon in the next video. Take care and goodbye.